So if you don't have fun while programming, you're not going to progress in many different ways. I do remember when I used to learn programming initially, and I'd read things, I would watch things, and I would just go and experiment. Here's a huge file I need to process. I can't read that file because the PHP server is timing out and things like that. And I would learn, and I would watch another article and I would find something fun there and I would go and experiment. I don't care which tool it is. I really don't care. Um, I don't care who wrote it. What's the use? If as long as I found it interesting, I would go and experiment. How to do this little trick, how to inject an MySQL server, right? How do you crash MySQL server by uploading too much data, right? And these little things, when you have too much interest, you learn all these things. But at some point, when we become professionals, we stop doing that. We focus on, here's Jira, here's the ticket, um, here's the problem, understand the problem, pull the code down, install the application, make sense of the application, go fix bug. Next day, go fix bug. Day after, fix the bug again, and that's the cycle. You keep doing it again and again and again. You're becoming expert at certain thing. Okay, that's true. You're learning. You're gaining more experience. You're getting better at what you know, but you're not getting better at the other things that are out there, the different tools, the other things that you should be aware of, perhaps. Now, for example, um, how do you manage WF firewall, right? Because you're so focused on that particular thing that you're doing at the job, you don't care about the firewall, you don't care about installing server, you don't care about having fun with different technologies. Okay, you lose all that. You don't want to do that, truthfully. As soon as you lose all that, you're kind of going backwards. Okay, because you're so focused on that one particular thing. If that particular thing disappears, or that language dies, or people stop using that language or tool, what are you going to do, right? That This is why you have to have fun. um, you A lot of times people think they're gonna miss out on the actual work they're doing. They have to focus on that work. That's the most important thing. That's P1. That's not true. If work is P1, the cool things, the fun you could have outside that tool is also P1, because that is what's actually gonna make you progress. How do you build a proxy server? How do you play with that algorithm? How does social media algorithm works? How do you interact with the OpenAI? What are the tokens? How much this particular thing is? How many tokens this particular piece of text is gonna consume? You know, how can I use OpenAI for different interesting things? Small little things you can just remember. You can take notes, and they become really big things at one point when you need it. Oh yeah, I know why this problem is happening, and also know the solution. You know, you have to be aware of many other things than just your code, Jira ticket, and being in the meetings. And you cannot be aware of all that if you're like, that's the priority and I'm going to focus on that priority, nothing else. You have to have fun. How do you, for example, tweak Apache configs to block certain IP addresses? A lot of people don't know that. It's easy to do. It's easy to do in Nginx as well. A lot of people don't know that because they've just never tried to have fun. They never try to show interest in that. But it's a useful thing. So don't focus so much on your career and your current job that you forget all that's out there. Focus on what's out there as well, and it'll make you a really good programmer.